Well, thank you. Probably I need to listen to myself too. So, all right. Uh, if this is everyone here, or should we? Alrighty. Well, first I want to start with the thankfulness to God who enable us to be able to do what we are doing right now. That He gave us our own place, very own place in Branson, in a time when it seems almost impossible to get a property, a nice one, in Branson within the budget that the church had. It it still amazes me. It's still like a miracle that God brought it to our hands. And I see here is it is just like a sign, one of the signs that God say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I make the impossible things possible. Impossible things impossible. So for that reason, the purpose for whatever we will be sharing today is not to put like restrictions or trying to make it difficult. That is not the purpose at all. But the purpose for that is to two things. First is to show faithfulness toward the things that God entrusting us with. And I'm gonna explain that in a minute. And I have a kind request is um, put put down the your hand out whatever you have, because if you're reading in one place you are not following with me. So we're going through the whole thing and you have it with you in home. um, but the purpose for this document is two things. One is to show God's faithfulness in handling the things that He is entrusting us with. What's mean faithfulness? God tests us. He does. He tests us with how do we handle the things that He gives us. If we show unfaithfulness or casualty or being, treating it lightly, most likely He will not entrust us with anything further. If not, will take from us what He entrusted us with. So the first thing is kind of like a training for all of us to show how we handle the things of God faithfully. But the other thing also for the purpose of this meeting is to ensure order. Anything that does not have a guidelines or doesn't have instruction will end up with a chaos. How many of you would like to book an Airbnb somewhere and you go there and you find that the house is dirty, beds are not made, dirty dishes in the kitchen, in the sink, things everywhere. How would you like to find this when you go to a Airbnb or a place and you're arriving late at night, trying to find a place, we don't want that experience to any of you, none of you. And from here it's about 6 hours if you don't stop. 6 hours drive. None of us would like to have this experience. So to ensure that that's not going to happen, we have this kind of document. Again, not to put restrictions or make it difficult, it is to ensure that you will have comfort when you arrive there. So I'm going to start with the purpose for this house, how it came to pass, the vision for it, and that will be, you'll find the document called Vision. It's called A Place of Our Own. For the past several years, we have been frequently traveling to Branson. If you have been with us the past at least 5 years, we travel every year a lot to Branson to attend conferences, youth rallies, Bible school training. We have Bible school that I go there every, depending on sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a year training. To find a suitable but at the same time, cost-effective accommodation. Um, Whenever the church book accommodation in Branson, we don't go for a high end. Not that we are against that, but we have to be um, very careful how we handle finances. Because there is a lot can be said about that, how you handle finances. So we really I spend a lot good deal in trying to find good accommodation, not bad, where you have uh, good accommodation, but at the same time cost effective. And it has been just something I have to deal with every time, especially when we have a large group like youth. Like last year, we went like about 15 of us or 13 to find accommodation for that in Branson in July. That you have to believe God every time for that place. So that has been going on every year. So that is when the Lord began to stir in our heart that we need to believe for our own place in Branson. The scripture that He been giving us was 2 Samuel 7:10, when David had in his heart to build a temple for God, and he shared it with Nathan the prophet. And the word of God came to Nathan, and from God to David. So he began to share with David, what God said. And this is what God told David. He said, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own and move no more. That has been, the foundation for our faith, is to have a place of our own and move no more. That was huge for us. So beside that, beside having a place for the church for our own to accommodate us during the events that we will go, we want to open it also to our members as something to be a refreshing for them to take some time during the year at no cost. This is something we would like to do. And that was inspired from the time during my traveling ministry. Before I became a pastor, I was traveling for 3 years in the United States, and I got to stay in many, what they called ministry or mission houses. I mean, all over the United States. I was blessed so much with very nice places at no cost, and it was refreshing to me. At that time, it was hard for me to book book a hotel for about a month. Sometimes I spent 3 weeks. And some of these places were on private lakes, right on the beach, right? I mean, I was so blessed with that. So part of the vision we have is to offer it for our people at no cost, to be something refreshing, something that you may need to just take a time and be by yourself, or just having fun. So that is another thing. Part of the vision is to offer it to our people this way. But before we do that, I have a couple of scriptures. One of them is, both of them actually from a parable that Jesus taught about stewardship. What's meant by stewardship? Stewardship is when someone handle you something that's not yours and he asks you to handle it for him. That's called a stewardship. So Jesus taught about stewardship, and he taught about how you handle this stuff. So in Luke 16 verse 12, after Jesus taught the parable about the stewardship, he said, if you have not been faithful in what is another man's, who will give you what is your own? If you have not been faithful in what is another man's, who will give you what is your own? So that shows us that the way we handle another man's stuff will determine if we will be entrusted with our own. I'm going to explain that a little bit. God entrusts us with things. He entrusts us with gifts, with callings, with places, with even material things. And He watches us how do we handle these things. He watches us how we handle money. He does. And the way we handle it determine if He will entrust us with more, or if He will take what He give us and not give it us. That's why he said, if you will not be faithful in another man's, who will give you your own? So before you have your own, you will be tested in another man's. So give you some examples. For example, we talk about the church house, how you handle the church house. Few years ago, the Lord blessed us with a van. We started to have a van, and I've been talking with our staff. Whenever you use a van, one of the things I talk to them, and I know I'm stepping on their toes, I know that, but one of them is don't keep the van running for a long time. Like when you either traveling or waiting on kids, don't keep it running for half an hour, because that is gas. Just because you are not paying for the gas does mean to leave it running. I know I've been stepping on their toes, but in my own car, I don't keep my car running. Why? Because that is gas, that's not water, and gas has a price. And if I'm not faithful in how I'm handling the church van, that will determine if God will entrust me with my own. I know that didn't really settle good, but yes, how we handle the church stuff. Another example, just smile in that one, is whenever you book a hotel, or room, and most of the time, if you're spending the whole day, I'm not going to ask you if you leave the AC running at lower degree all day, even you are not in the house. You will say, what's wrong with that? Well, someone else is paying for that bill, even if you are not staying there. You're leaving it running for 12 hours, you're spending the whole day there, and leaving it running on lower degree, keep it running all the time. Someone is paying for that bill. Just because you're not paying for it doesn't mean to wasting it. I know that sounds crazy, but personally, when I go to a hotel and I know I will be spending the most of the day out, I either lower or increase the temperature depending on winter or summer, or I turn it off if it is not really hot or it's not really cold. Why? Because just because I'm not paying for the bill doesn't mean to waste it, because that for me it is wasting. All right, moving forward. So be faithful in what is not yours. Be faithful in what is not yours. Why? Because it will determine if God will entrust you with your own. So if you believe God for your own vehicle, your own house, you got to be faithful in what is not yours. The second point or principle I would like to introduce is treat it better than yours. In the same parable that Jesus taught, this is how it starts. He said, there was a certain rich man who had a steward, and an accusation was brought to him that this man was wasting his goods. Wasting these goods. I don't want to be at all in that pile of wasting God's goods. I don't want to. Actually, I'd rather to be on the other side, being conservative, which several people, well. But I like to be on the other side than to be showing as wasting his resources. And that is how he told him, well, give account to your stewardship. You cannot be steward anymore. So the two things I want to leave you with a general policy for the house is treat it better than yours. Don't waste resources just because you're not paying for bills or that is not yours. Don't waste that. And the other thing is be faithful in how you handle that. Some of the rules is something that you need to remember is all the furniture, 95% are brand new. So if you have a brand new, this is page number 2. If you have a brand new furniture in your home, they usually eat spaghetti with sauce on your couches. If you have new couches and new carpets, will you eat food on new couches and new carpets? If you have children, will you allow them to do that? Okay, so most of the furniture, 95, are brand new. We got it out of the box. The carpet is about a year old because the house was built this was built 3 years ago, but wasn't occupied until July of 2022. So it was occupied for about a year and few months. So the carpet is almost brand new. So we don't want to eat there on the living area or on the beds. The mattresses are almost brand new too. The mattresses almost cost over $900 each. We got it for really 1/3 of that, but mattresses are new, expensive, beds are new, so we don't want to eat in um, except in the dining table. Um, the other thing is thermostats. Whenever you know that you will be spending most of the day there and it is not crazy hot or crazy cold, okay, don't leave the AC or the furnace running on, non-stop and you're spending 12 hours outside the house. Did I make that clear? Okay, don't put it on 65 degree in the summer and it is 120 degree outside and you're spending the whole day outside, keeping it running day and night. The same thing for the winter. Don't keep the furnace running day and night and you are spending the whole day out. No alcohol beverages, smoking will be allowed in the house on the properties. That is not against anyone. I don't know if any one of you does that, so I don't know. But if you, please don't do it in the house. You can do it outside. You can do not outside the house. You can do in town, any place, but not in the house. Simply, we don't want any wrong spirit attached to that, whatever that is. So that will not be allowed in the house or on the property. When you arrive there, you will be given a checklist, arrival checklist. What is the arrival checklist? Is you're gonna check the house once you get in for whoever stayed last. By this, we will have accountability to, if we need to address something to the last, person who stayed in the house, we need to address it. What we don't want is everyone begin to blame and say, well, I came, the house was like this. I came, the house wasn't, the beds weren't made, dishes in the sink, everything, is a case. I came like this, so I'm leaving it like this. And the blame game starts. We don't have time for that. As a board members, we don't have time for that. We don't have time to play catch with that. So once you arrive, you will have a checklist to check the cleanness of the house, which we were going through it, bathrooms, how it looks like, the sink, how it looks like, carpet clean. You will check it and you will bring it over. So we will, if we have to address something with the last one who stayed in the house, we will have to address it. Is that clear? Is that fair? Okay. And you will have a departure checklist on going through that, what you need to do when you are leaving to your car, what you need to make sure of. Some information is we don't have Wi-Fi yet. We don't have a TV yet. If you have baby that you need a baby gate, you need to bring it. There is no garage. We park outside the house. There is no attached garage. Provided we have a full kitchen, linens. The upstairs there is a master bedroom with 2 queen beds. Downstairs there are 2 bedrooms. One has a full bed, and the other has a 1 queen bed. There is upstairs living room, downstairs living room. There is bathroom on each floor. There is a full laundry, soap there. There is a grill and patio set on the deck, and a parking for 2 vehicles. There is an extra sheet set. Do we have an extra sheet set? Or this is the one we are getting?
There is mostly. We're lacking one.
Okay. Okay, when we come to the cleaning, we will talk about that, but there is an extra sheet set. We have paper plates over there, laundry, detergents downstairs. the outdoor patio furniture, it has a cushions, and they are in the master bedroom closets. Um, would you like to talk about the how deep the or steep the hill is where the house is? You need to know about that because it is really steep, and there is actually no stairs. They have put kind of like rocks making it as stairs, but it's not stairs. You don't want to get there. Okay. Well, it is steep, so don't get there. Don't you? There is no need. There is no business for you to get there. If you have kids, you need to watch for them. We're trying still talking about how if we put like I don't know a gate. Hmm? Yeah, something to be make it more safe. But it is you need to be careful from getting there. Again, you don't have any business getting down there, but it is steep. Um, for pets, um, unless it is a must, you have to, can find anywhere to take your pet there and they don't have a destructive behavior or chewing on stuff, and you have to take them with you. Um, you will be responsible for cleaning if something happened in the house, inside the house. Um, we really will talk about that as a board members. Um, we'll find out. We'll find out if we are going to not allow that at all, or I don't know if you will have to hire professional cleaning if something happened on the carpets. Okay, so this is a trying period for us to find out how things going. But if something happen, you will either have to fire professional cleaning, or I don't know. We're gonna shut that off completely for having any pets. But you have to keep them kennels if you are not in the house by themselves, or even if you are in the house. Like some said, if they take their pet to a different location, new location, they sometimes they act weird because they are on new location. So even if they are housebroken, but you take them to the house and it is new territory for them, they can be doing stuff everywhere. So keep them kennels, keep them outside if you want, but the main thing is if something happened in the house, you will be responsible. If a chewing happened or destructive happened to any of the new furniture, we will hold you responsible for that. Is that fair? Okay. Uh, we just put a keypad lock for the house, so we're gonna give you the codes before you arrive. There is some work I need to do there, but there is a deadbolt where it has the keypads. The lock, still you can lock it, but don't lock it because we want to stay away from giving keys, everyone having a key. So the lock, leave it unlocked all the time. You lock the door from the deadbolt, which is a keypad. We'll give you the codes and we'll show you how, because still some work need to be done, but we'll give you the code for the deadbolt. Yes. Yes. In the what? On furniture? No, no, not on top of furniture. Yeah. Yes, right? I mean,
You're gone, but when you're home, if you can watch them, they don't jump on stuff, but just depends on the dog, and I think,
how your dog behave when they are in a different place than their house, how they act. Yes, you don't have pets. Okay. Yeah. So here is what we're trying to say is we're not trying to make it completely shut it off for having pets in case, well, I don't have any place to take my pet to. We we don't want to come to that place. But if we begin to find out that it's not been handling properly, we're going to shut it off. Are we clear? If things are not done properly, we're going to, no pets at all.
But
Okay?
please do write in your paper not to keep them off the beds and the couch. I didn't think about putting that in when I was retyping, but he had prepared, because our dogs don't get on the furniture or the couch, I mean the beds. But some people do, it's like second nature, they sleep with it.
They do,
So
yeah.
write that in and we'll put that in on the copy that gets, like, yes.
Do you think they should inform them about the neighbor's dogs?
The,
There's like 6 big German shepherds that live next door, so I think that's what it says, be on a leash when outside, because you don't want them to just run right over to that house.
no, no fences.
Nobody has any fence. But he watches for when you're outside and waits until you go in and then he lets them out.
We never have really accident with them except we just saw them when they go out and come in.
I'm surprised because there's a lot of big dogs.
Yeah, they are big. Okay. The other thing for in the page number 2, the end is the no cost stay. We're doing it for our members, official members of the church, and there is a reason for that. That does not apply for if your spouse is not a member, but they are going with you. That doesn't apply to that. So if you have a spouse that's not a member, but you are going, yes, they can still go with you. If non-members, that's for example, if you have relative, you have cousin, people that like to, wants to spend time in Branson, we don't want to say rent, but we will have a minimum donation of $100 a night for non-members. Some of the policy here that we are putting, I adapted it from previous experience. I told you I spent 3 years in traveling ministry where I stayed and I saw policies of different houses. But in Branson, where I spent some time there, the couple that I was staying with, their ministry was to build houses to accommodate missionaries at no cost. So that was my my first time to actually I helped build the house, helped put the insulation, the floor, and actually they asked me to be on the boards because these houses are not privately owned. They don't own. It is a ministry. So I got to actually have insight on handling people coming, staying at the house. It is a big house in Branson, and they built another one. So I got to actually see that, and part of that was I brought it to them because at the beginning they were opening it for anyone at really no cost, and they were taking loans and they paying for the utilities of the house and the loans, and they were not making it. So I suggested why you don't make a donation. You don't pay for it, but you make a donation. You can find a good place in Branson less than $100. Now you're having a whole place by yourself, so it's not like unfair, but we will have it for about $100 a night for non-members. So if you have family members, people like to go there, that will be the rule for that will be a donation per night. Yes. Yes.
Does that mean that when they go there separately from you, or does that mean that when you have family come when you're there? For example, if our family's gonna go there and I invited my brother as well to come, does that mean that they pay as, or do they just invitation and during use of the house?
I don't know. I don't know. Um,
And is that per person or just when you're there, that's $100 for whoever's there?
no, not per person. No, for the whole thing. Yeah.
For a visit?
Yeah, for visit. Yeah. Hmm?
It says per night on
Per
the
night.
website.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry,
but
not
I
per
thought
visit. Per
we
night.
talked about it only like when, to be for when the members are not there. Like if someone's,
What do you mean if none the members?
like if someone wanted to go stay at the house because they were doing something in Branson or a conference or whatever, that
They are not members?
than a family member or something. Right,
Okay, they will fall under non-members.
right. I mean, the difference between you invite family over during your stay, your
Hmm.
vacation time, versus people that know about the house, maybe they're family members or maybe there's someone else that want to stay there and they pay.
They're not a member.
Such as this scenario, right? But say if Ansel and I, we have a daughter, Shanae and Tyler. If they knew that we had the house in Branson and they wanted to go up there for the weekend, Ansel and I is not going, would that be open for them to pay $100?
Yes, that will be non-member stay. If they come while you are still there, I think that, yeah, that will be, yeah, 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 yes, yes. This place, we are offering it for our members, okay? Not extended members, for our members, official members here. Um, Even if your spouse, you are a member, but your spouse none, still can go with you. Your children are not, and they are going with you, not apart from you. They are going with you. That will be still offering for you at no cost.
But still, though, right back to the $100 a night issue, if none of us were there, none of the members went up
Yeah.
there, but a friend of ours we referred could go.
Yes.
Would it be where that they could basically make a $100 donation, and none of us are using the house on the weekend, so we could let them use it for $100 a night donation? Is that correct?
I kind of like lost you. Okay.
We basically rent our church house.
Yes, 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 yes. And it's going to be a donation. It's not going to be a pay. So they will get a tax exemption because it's coming as a donation. So they will get a tax. But importantly, that you don't give them the code of your own without they have to fill application, because we are coming to a application. You don't say, hey, here is the code, just go and get there. No. Just for you, we already got the security camera that is connected with Wi-Fi. I haven't installed it yet, but that is in plans. Also, we have our neighbors who is watching for us, and we have his number. He's the one mowing the yard for us and doing all the landscaping for us, and he's wonderful. So we have someone watching, and we will have a security camera. So you don't want to be in a no one wants to be in a place where will be unfaithful. Okay, so anyone that wants to stay, they have to go through us filling application, so we know, because there is a part here, don't share the code with anyone. The door code, don't share it with anyone. Page number 3 is reservation. To make a reservation, you will fill the form provided, submitted to our bookkeepers. That will be Cindy. The request will be reviewed by the board, and you will receive a response within a week. You must fill a reservation request for each time you stay there. We suggesting that your stay not exceed 7 days, unless there is. Just we don't want you to go and spend the whole month there. So for now, it's going to be 7 days. And also for now, we are putting it for 15 days a year. You want to use it for 15 days a year, couple weeks, because we have several here beside our events. And we don't want you to move to Branson either. So we're keeping it for 15 days, unless there isn't something that have to their medical, taking medical treatment or something that you have to, that will be an exception and has to be approved by the board. The reservation, we will have it here on a calendar, so everyone will see the upcoming reservations. So if you're thinking about, months of August, so you have a chance to look and see if it is available or not before you actually submit your request. Now we come to an important point here, is the primary and the first primary reason for the house is to accommodate the church when to attend the conferences and spiritual events there. That is the primary reason. Okay? That being said, any other reservation that will be in a conflict with an event the church is planning to attend in Branson, the priority will be given to accommodate the church over the members. For example, I come to Cindy, I'm submitting a request for, you know, I want to stay there for the second week in July. I want to have a week. Well, in July we have a youth conference, and several people will go. What do you think? Should we give the house to a member to stay there, and the church pay accommodation for all the people go there? Last year we paid over $1,100 or $1,200 just accommodation for the people who went. What do you think? Should give the house for someone to enjoy there, and the church pay accommodation for? Okay. So that is the reason for it, is that the church will come first. If there is a conference or an event, will come first as a priority over you. That is, again, you will have the rest of the year to decide, but priority will come. Some of the events, they don't get announced until it get closer to the date, sometimes couple months or 6 weeks. So, if something like that happen, we will inform you that you will need to reschedule your reservation. For example, I submitted request for next year. I'm going to spend a week next year in 2025, okay? In month of October, for example, okay? 2025 come, and that month we found out there is a Autumn Assembly Prayer Conference there. Well, you say, well, I reserved it a year ago. Yes, you reserved it a year ago, but priority will come for the church, not for you. We're going to protect you. We're going to give you not a month ahead of time to reschedule. It's not like we're going to, in a week, and tell you, well, your reservation is canceled. We're not going to do that. We're going to give you a month to decide. Because within a month, we will be able to tell if there is an event or not. For example, last year, we went to Heidi Baker Conference in Branson in December. That was announced only 6 weeks. They opened it 6 weeks. Guys, folks, remember when we went there? Just 6 weeks, they announced it. We had no plans to go to Branson in December, but because of that event, we went, and it was 6 weeks just notice. So we are going to give you a month. So if months, we give you a month to reschedule if there is a conflict. But if not, everything should be fine. Did I make it that clear? Okay.
So you're saying drop dead is 4 weeks.
I'm sorry?
Come within 4 weeks,
For a week.
you're still secure.
Yes. Yep. You will be secure within a month. Yeah, because we are not going to cancel on you with less than a month.
But if you know about the conferences ahead of time, they'll be on the schedule.
They will be on a schedule, but in the case of events that show up like 2 months, 2 months prior to the event, 6 weeks prior to the event, and there is a conflict, we will have to inform you there is a conflict here and we're going. But we're not going less than a month, so you will have a time to reschedule. The church board has a right to deny any reservation without giving a reason, and there is a reason for that one. Okay? Staying in the house is a privilege, not a right to demand. Again, there is a reason for that. It has nothing to do with you, but through the experiences that we had. Okay. Any question for that before we move to the second? Yes. The outside. It will be in the outside. We're not going to put security camera inside. I know some Airbnb, and I saw it. They have cameras. I didn't like that. Yes.
If your family was to go, say our kids want to go up there and we were not going, they still need to go through
The reservation, yes.
yes, and the vision. They need to have the
No, no, no. Yeah, we don't have to, but just submit a request. No, because it is they. No, they will be paying. So, um, yeah, yes. There was someone here has a question. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's move into the arrival checklist. This is should be the second page after the document is arrival checklist. Okay, everyone there? Okay, you're going to check if the house is clean, kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, and floor. That is, you will do that once you get to the house. You will check for the clean, how it is it clean or not. Dishes in the sink, kitchen sink. Are the dishes in the dishwashers are clean? Our beds are made. Trash are empty. Um, if there is any leak, we saw when the board went, we saw kind of a leak under the fridge. It was dry, but you can see there was something. So we had to pull the kitchen, the fridge. It is a nice new fridge, and we had to just check it. So if you see any sign of leaks, we need to know. If there is any dirty or broken items, we need to know about that. Take a picture, send it to us once you know about it from the first day you arrive. This number is Cindy's number, and this document you need to keep it with you and bring it back. We need this one. That's why at the very end you will find the statement say this document must be brought back to Cindy. Take a picture of it so you don't, if in case you lost it, you'll have a picture of it. If there's any notes upon arrival, please write it here. And if we need to get in touch with whoever stayed last as a board member, we will do that to ensure order. Any question about the arrival checklist? Okay, moving to checkout list. That's what you will do as you are leaving. You make sure that all lights are off, AC and heat is off. What we will do is, if you are arriving, for example, and it's a little bit warm or hot, it can take long time for the house to cool down. But the couple that I talked to you, that I stayed with and helped with building these mission houses, we will get them because they go by the house twice a week to go to the prayer mountain. So we let them to turn the heat on or the AC on before you arrive, like a week, so it will not take too long to cool or the heat the house. But when you leave it, turn it off before you leave. We did that when I first came. We started to turn the heater and AC off here in the church, and you will be amazed how much money we saved on utilities, because we have the record of all utilities. The first year and second year were about $2,000 just from turning the AC and the heater. Again, there are exceptions for that when it is freezing cold or really hot. There's exceptions for that, but as a norm, you turn them off before you leave the house. All trash, take them outside. We don't want any trash to leave them inside, so it will be, really stinky. If you use the grill, please clean it and lock it. There is a lock. We lock the grill has a lock, and the patio furniture are locked with a chain. Both of them use the same key. They have two different locks, but the same key, and the key will be hanging on a hanger behind the main door. So lock them, because sometimes wind, sometimes We are not concerned that someone steal them. It is a safe there, but because of the wind, it can be really. So that's why we lock them. Um, make sure that both the basement and the front door are locked. You check them. Um, sheets, pillowcases, towels, wash and dried. The house is clean. You already checked the cleaning list, which we are going to talk about in a minute. Close and lock all windows. If you open the windows, make sure, because it is a first floor, we don't want any windows to be opened. Not just close, but make sure they are locked, so no one will open them from outside. And also the curtains and the blinds are closed. We don't want anyone from the outside can see in the house. So make sure they are closed. You will have the checklist to guide you. Okay. Um, you remove your items from the fridge, so we will not have expired foods in the fridge. And bring it back. Any questions? Yes.
Can you go over again the bedding? There's two queen upstairs. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
On the trash, so if we're there over the weekend, we leave on Monday, we have our trash in the dumpster, do we need to put the trash on the curb?
Yes.
So, and it'll stay out there until Friday?
Yes, until Friday, and our neighbor will bring it back. Okay.
So if it's after Friday, put the trash out. Actually, put the trash out all the time.
Just when you leave, put the trash out.
Yes.
on the curb.
Yes.
That way he'll know that someone was there.
Yes. We're coming to the cleaning checklist, and before I let Jan, because Jan and Cindy were the one who actually did a cleaning for the whole house, I will let them explain it. You plan for at least 2 hours. That's how it took them, 2 hours to clean. Not a 10 minutes, okay? Not a 15 minutes. Plan ahead of time. There is another option if you don't want to do that. So before I turn to her, if you can go to the last page, which is a reservation form. In the reservation form, you will find number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is, will you be cleaning the house at the end of your stay, or you paying a cleaning fee? What I mean by that is, if you planning to not be bothered about cleaning and just want there and no, not bothering by any cleaning, we will get someone to clean the house. For example, the places we stayed in Branson, by friends, they have condos there. Just 3 weeks ago, I was in Bible school there. Jen and other ladies were staying in the house. I stayed in a condo with another pastor, another minister. At the end of our stay, because I wanted to leave right after class, didn't want to go back and clean, each one of us, we pay $100 to the lady who owned the condo. She didn't charge us for anything. She's a student with us, but she stayed in a different place during the class, but she always offered it to us. But we wanted to, she paid a professional cleaning $200 or at least to clean the house. $200 was a few years ago. I don't know how much now. So we wanted to pay for that. So each one of us, we paid $100, so we don't have to bother about cleaning the condo. I just need to get on the road right after class. So if you don't want to bother about cleaning, there will be a $250 cleaning fees. Just you can bring it, but don't put it with tithes and offering. We need to make it separate. Just market it. It is a cleaning fees for the house. But if you want to clean it yourself, then you will have to go through the cleaning process. Again, it is at least 2 hours cleaning, not a 15 minutes. Any question about that before I turn it to Jan?
Yes, is the cleaning supplies and stuff
Yes.
in the house?
Yes.
I know Angela has certain things she likes to use on the house.
I'm not sure what she likes to use, but
I mean in our house.
and your house, yes, yeah.
So I would assume whoever who's in charge of that kind of stuff has what you want used on yours, on our stuff at the church house.
Yeah.
Church house. That thing's like the
Branson house. Branson's house.
Branson church house.
Branson's house. Okay. Are you coming here? Yeah.
The first thing that needs to be done, I probably should move this to the top, but you need to start down on the bedrooms, laundering the sheets, pillowcases, and any dirty blankets or covers, because that's what'll take most of the time is getting that to run through. So let's start the bedrooms. Leave the washer lid up when you're done and make the beds presentable. You can throw your dirty stuff in the wash and get the extra sheets that are on top of the shelf above the laundry and make the beds. And that way that's done. And then you can throw them in the dryer and then you can leave if everything else is done. So when you get there, you may have the extra sheets might be in the dryer, the extra towels and stuff in the dryer. Does that make sense? So the person before you may have left the stuff to clean in the dryer unless they wanted to stay longer and get everything folded and put back. So it'll either be in the dryer or it'd be folded up on that shelf. But that kind of helps save time. You don't have to wait for the dryer load and then make the beds. You can just make the beds with the extra sheets and then you can go. I see some questions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 You can do that. I did that when I went in class. All of the mattresses have waterproof mattress covers on them, so please leave those on. And then if you want to take your own bedding, you're welcome to. But sometimes that's a hassle with packing. Like when we take all the kids, the youth, we don't have extra space for bringing our own bedding. So yeah, that's an option if you want to save time, is just
So,
take off
yeah,
the...
question here is if you are taking your bedding, are you going to remove the beddings when you arrive, or should we leave them without
You should
sheet?
remove them
Remove
and
them?
put yours on, because
Okay.
you might have an accident and it goes through yours and then you'd have to wash them both anyway.
Okay.
But
So before you leave, you will put back the
The-
house.
what was on there
What was on
originally,
there.
yeah, you
Okay.
wouldn't have to do any laundry.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
We use like a non-chemical
Mhm.
detergent. So I was gonna ask about what it's washed with, but if we take our own, we won't
Mhm.
have to worry about that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Kim?
I would just, are you done?
Yes.
I just have a comment. I know a lot of times when I dry my sheets or blankets or whatever at home, sometimes they're not quite done all the way, they're still damp,
Mm.
and I end up having to run it longer. So like if we wash something and then we're just like getting ready to leave, we wash something, then it's done, so we're gonna put it in the dryer, and then somebody says, okay, the stuff's in the dryer, everything's loaded in the car. That was the last thing that we needed to do, so we leave the house.
Mhm.
Just like
Yeah.
making sure the stuff is actually dry.
Dry.
If you're just gonna leave it,
True.
because that's gonna be bad.
Yeah. Especially if you have all your towels and everything in there, you don't want the stuff smelling like that smell, that mildewy, moldy smell when the next person comes. So when I had class, I threw them in the dryer before I left for class. And then when I came back, I took them out and made the beds. So I could check that it was all dry and everything. But so you might just get it in the dryer before you go do whatever you want that morning. And when you come back, check and make sure.
I would prefer everything would be dry, because sheets and towels together, it's gonna wad up.
Yeah, we did towels, I think, the night before.
That's exactly my point, was after 40 years of experience, I can tell you that you should not dry your towels and your sheets together, or they will not get good dry. They'll do just what she said, they'll get all mangled up in the sheets, and you'll find a lot of wet towel in one of the sheets. The next person will be mildew.
Yeah. So going back to that, treat this better than your own. If you do practice your laundry there, think in advance the day you're going to leave, and practice your laundry like you would at home. Will be good, Chris.
Don't overload the machines.
Yeah. So the message is clear. Get them done. Why don't you plan on? But you can go ahead and make the beds. But go ahead and fold the things, put
Yeah,
them back
yeah.
where you found them. Leave it like you found it. The dryer then should be empty when you get there, and the things should be put back away.
And we need to add this to the sheet is don't leave before dryer is off and dishwasher
Yeah,
is
and
off.
you can that way you can fold those sheets and put them back on the shelf. Put the towels back in the bathrooms. Yeah. Thank you all for your wisdom and input. Under each of the places that need to be cleaned, it kind of says where to find the stuff. So in the kitchen, we tried to put the supplies, and there's a bucket, and inside the bucket there's supplies like the sponges and things like that, some of the cleaning supplies under the kitchen sink. So wash and replace all the dishes. There is a dishwasher if you want to use that. If you use the dishwasher, when you leave the door cracked open so that it doesn't get musty inside. Don't forget those kitchen towels, and if you got the tablecloth dirty, please throw that in the wash as well. Wipe down all the countertops, clean out the fridge of any spills. The floor is not a real big place to mop, and the bathroom needs mop too. So there's a mop it says mops are in downstairs utility closet near the exterior door. So there's 2 closets downstairs. One's utility that has a water heater in it, and the other closet is the storage closet. So the mops are in that utility closet. Take out the trash to the dumpster, replace the bags. There's a big tall cabinet right there by the trash can that has a lot of the extra stuff if you're looking for anything, paper goods, napkins, paper plates. I think they're in there. The trash bags, I think that's all in that big tall cabinet up in the kitchen. And then put the table and chairs and any decor or anything, just make that look nice, the table, when you leave, like you did when you found it. So kind of pay attention to how it is when you go in and leave it like that. Bathrooms, again, the supplies are underneath the sinks, and there are plungers and brushes next to the toilets in both bathrooms. So do use those brushes inside the toilets. There's cleaner for inside the toilets. Spray and wipe down the outside of the toilet. Spray and wipe down the counters and sinks. I don't know if there's sponges and stuff in there, but if not, you can at least use paper towels to wipe those things down. Mop the floors. Again, those bathroom floors are not very big. And clean any hair from the bathtub or bathroom sinks. We do our best. Sometimes my aunts always complained if there was a hair in the bathtub when they got to a hotel. But, just be gracious. If there is like a few hairs or something or a bug, just kill it, pick it up, throw it away, and call it clean when you get there. And try to pay attention to how much. I'm a shedder, so I have to really go through the bathrooms a lot and get all that hair out. So, living rooms, the vacuums for the vacuuming the floor. There's one in the master closet upstairs. It's like a big regular vacuum, and then there's another one in the storage closet down in the basement. The storage closet that's at the beginning of the hall. That one has like a handheld thing. It's really light, and you can do the stairs if you want. I don't think they necessarily need to be swept every single time. I used it because bugs came in when you open the door at night and the light's on. Some bugs came in, so that handheld was real easy to go around. I sucked all the bugs up off the ceiling before we left, so that was handy. Again, look around the living room.
Use the bigger vacuum cleaner because it's really good.
Use the big one
Bigger.
up on the carpet upstairs.
I think it's the Record brand. It's a really nice one.
Look around for trash, any items in the vacuum the floor, and then put the furniture and any pillows or whatever. Make the living room presentable again, like you found it. Bedrooms, again, wash the dirty linens. Leave the washer lid up when you're done, when you're ready to leave. Make sure the beds are presentable, and vacuum the floors of the bedroom. Then outside, clean the grill if you used it. Where's the wire brush located?
I think you guys put it in the tall cabinets.
Okay.
I think so.
So look in the big tall cabinet in the
It is
kitchen.
it is a brand new wire brush.
And then, of course, lock up those items on the deck and pick up any trash, pet waste, and move dumpster to the end of the driveway. So if you have pets there and they potty, kind of watch where they're pottying and they're not pottying in the neighbors' flower beds and pick up after them as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I I was just about to say that is if you notice anything that is lacking in the house or about to run out, give us notice, okay? What we don't want you to do is to go and buy a couple $100 supplies and say, hey, I bought for a couple $300. That's not gonna be, it's not gonna work because we don't do that here. Even as a board member, we have to approve it first before we spend it. So don't go spend a couple $100 and say, hey, well, we need to reimburse. It's not gonna work. Unless something really urgent or something really happened that you need to. But if something is about to, you know, go out or not there and just um, give us notice to send it with the next one who is going. So this is our so I want to say that this is our first try. So be patient with us. If something is missing or something is not there, just be patient because this is we're doing that. You know, we never done that before and on that scale. So be patient with us and. Any comments, question? Yes.
Um,
We have 3 queen
It's-
beds and 1 full.
yeah, upstairs there's 2 queen. Downstairs is 1 queen and 1 full. Yeah, and I think we have,
We have 3 sofas, 2 love seats, and 1 chair. Some of them upstairs, some of them in the living room downstairs. The dining room is still 4 chairs. We're still working on getting another dining table. It's not a top-notch anything. The one that's right now, it's like a folding table, car table. So we're working on getting a different dining table. This is the only thing that is we haven't got yet, but every other thing is brand new. All the beds or the furniture or the bar stool, all of them are brand new. Yes.
upstairs there are blinds towards the street and there are curtains towards the backyard. So please shut those. Downstairs in the bedrooms there are just sheer curtains. We'll get probably some blackout curtains,
Yes.
but we just haven't purchased them yet. But there is a lot of trees. There is a house back, but it's way back, and you can't see inside their house, and they can't see inside ours. So don't feel weird when you're if you're in a bedroom on the back side is where the windows are,
Yeah.
and nobody can see in. But there are sheer curtains only right now. So
Yeah, that's another thing that we need to get is curtains or blackout for the windows. The temperature there for somehow basement is like 10 degree or more less than the upstairs. I don't have explanation. Less colder. So if you like colder, stay downstairs. If you like it warm, stay upstairs. There are at least 10 degrees different. I don't have explanation, but it's really different. Planning on, yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to minimize expenses at this point. But yeah, we should have a Wi-Fi. Yes, sir. Have not. What do you think?
Not really, because everything's PEX. The whole house is all PEX. PEX doesn't break. It won't burst. And it is, and everything is underneath the house for the most part. It's 2 years old, they haven't had an issue. Everything is, like I said, it's all PEX. I haven't really thought about ever leaving it off for any
It's not
reason.
really the pipes bursting the stand, it's the stool start leaking. The refrigerator, does it have an ice maker?
Yes, it does.
The ice maker starts leaking.
But you
It's
would
one of
know
those
about it.
things, it's,
Yeah.
You would
You
know
know.
about it right away, whereas we won't.
Well, we need to find out how to shut off the water if we are going to do that, and we want to make sure it is accessible to anyone because I think it is will be in utility room, so we need to
and that
search
way,
that.
once our house gets a Wi-Fi connection,
Mm,
they have little monitors you can get and put in the house. They're not expensive, but they will
mm,
send an alarm
mm.
that you can monitor through the Wi-Fi, and you can get a notification that you have a leak somewhere in your house.
How often will the neighbor be doing walkthroughs
Walk through.
to check, like to
In our
check?
They
house?
don't. No, he just do the outside landscaping.
Our basement flooded, it wasn't a broken pipe, a hot water heater wore out.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's new, it's not in a spot that if it does go out, that it won't, it's in the basement part. It won't affect anything for the most part, except the area that it's at. And like I said, though, once you get Wi-Fi, they have these things that monitor if you do have a leak. They send a signal and said, hey, we detect a water leak. And I wish I had them at the villa, because I had a pipe burst there, and I had 2 feet of water underneath that house. If I would've had one of those things, we would've known about it before it filled up. And of course, insurance isn't gonna cover that stuff. It's the way it is, but
What's the negative in turning the water off? Now you gotta turn the hot water tank off too. Or take a chance on running the hot water tank dry,
Mm.
keeping the water heat hot. So
Balance.
personally, it wouldn't worry me to
Mm.
leave.
but
We
it's one
have
of
a
those,
cabin,
yeah,
I leave everything running on it.
it's one of those things, it's gonna
But
be a
back
trial.
to his, when something does break, you're like, man, I should've.
Or you can
But,
turn the hot water heater off.
yeah,
It's a trial and error thing, you know, that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Say what? Are you gonna turn the hot water heater off when you're not down there?
We need to search that. I need to know how myself do it
Yeah.
before I.
You're talking about money,
Yeah.
and that thing will just eat up and run
Yeah.
like crazy, plus it's set there and staying hot,
Yeah.
and there's water not running through it.
Yeah. I need to search how yourself do that. Beside, we need to clean not clean the room, but this utility room has a lot of stuff because we wanted to. So we need to make it accessible. If we are going to do turning off and on the water, we need to make it accessible because this room has a lot of the supplies we keep there. It's even hard to step inside. Yes.
The risk of keeping the water turned on versus just
Mm.
keeping it on, to me, is greater. Because people don't think about that, it's not their normal.
Turn the yeah.
You go into the house, I gotta turn this on, I gotta turn
Mm.
this on. There's a lot of checklists there
Mm.
involved, in my opinion, which is not professional, but I'm just saying, just
Oh,
my own opinion for whatever it's worth. So,
It's the usage.
What
though.
do
If
you?
you're gonna have people there every other week, then it doesn't do any good. You know, if you're gonna be vacant for 3-4 months, probably. Yeah.
Okay. So what would if you would do a checklist? What would you do?
except for, I probably wouldn't allow pets,
Okay.
that'd be my only.
So you're okay with this one?
I'm great with this.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Well, and what about, just like what Stan's saying, that those monitors could be put in to notify you?
Mm.
Is it possible for that guy that
Oh,
you
yeah.
talked to there,
Yeah.
say, hey, we got an alert, can you
Yeah.
go check that?
Yeah.
for us?"
Yeah.
You know? At least then you're not going a week at a time
Yeah.
with nobody even checking it, that if you're
Yes.
notified and there's somebody living right there that
Yeah.
could avert a problem for us.
But we're gonna be there too, off and on, most of the summer, anyway.
But there will be gaps. So
There'll be gaps in it.
you had a question?
I was just,
Oh.
earlier, I was just gonna make a comment, but I kind of changed my mind.
Okay.
I think the turning off the water thing, I think we're gonna be able to determine what would be a good idea
Mm.
after we see what the frequency is of the
My goal is a
occupancy.
tankless water heater for the future, because you'll never run out of hot water if you have a house full of people.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Alex will be happy too. So no.
So that's the goal that I have personally, is eventually get that changed over to
It is close, yeah.
Wasn't that
We
big.
have one, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not that
It's
big.
like over here, and the bathroom's over there, and it takes 2 minutes.
No, you have to wait 2 minutes.
Seriously,
To get my water to the
I
shower.
did not build this house. We bought this house.
Just saying,
Serious,
2 minutes.
our hot water tank is on one end in our garage, and our bathroom is on the other end of the house, and it takes 2 minutes. When you brush your teeth at night, to turn on it hot, and I sit there, which is kind of good, because I brush my teeth.
By this time.
You gave me a timer.
So much for not turning the water on.
That, more than anything else, will cost us a lot of water, 'cause we spend a lot of money on water because of that. You're burning up all that water, to me,
Yeah.
I'm a real conservative person, frugal, so trying to run 50 gallons of water for 2 minutes to get hot water just does not make sense, I'm sorry, it
So
doesn't.
I suggested putting a microwave in our bathroom.
Get your pot of water going, get it ready.
All right, well, let's move to the reservation form, and that is the last one. And it's just having the name, if you are a member or not a member, purpose of your stay. We're not trying to sneak on you, just we want if you're going for a conference or you are going for fun or vacation, date requested. And if you have any alternative dates that you want to put, that will be. And the question about the cleaning, you cleaning yourself or cleaning fee. Um, anyone coming with you beside your immediate family. If you have extensive family, extended family members coming, and if you have pets. Remember that there will be someone evaluating your cleaning after you. They don't know who you are, but they will be evaluating. So just keep in mind whenever you clean that someone, not to be really very worried about that, but just not a 10-minute cleaning, okay? It's not a 10-minute cleaning the house. Then the last thing we have a liability agreement is that you're not gonna sue us if you fell from the cliff, okay? That's all we need. It is your risk. Don't fall from that cliff, but if you do, you're not gonna sue us. Because it's really steep and there's no reason for you to get down there. Yeah.
Is it right in the back? Is there the cliff you're talking about? I didn't quite understand what you're saying about that.
Do we have any picture?
So
Can you
it's a
find the
really
pictures of the house?
steep-
No?
It's a steep decline. It's a
No, not where you park.
it's a real steep
Can you find the pictures for the
decline,
house?
and someone put in a lot of rocks to help hold the ground so it
It's-
doesn't erode.
uh,
But along with those rocks, this is going in the backyard, from the side of the house to the backyard. Then they put in the rocks and in the side of the hill, they put stones for steps, but they're not. There's no handrail. They're natural stones, so they're uneven. One of them is a great big stone, and they put it, instead of putting it flat, they put it at a slant, so it could be real slick stepping on it, thinking, oh, this is a step. You could fall down. So you can use them at your own risk. Bailey went up and down them, no problem. I went down carefully. There's some on both sides to get to the backyard. So we'd love to be able, the back area has a little creek running through it, and it's trees, and it's beautiful, and I would like to be able to access that. And I'm hoping that when our kids go down there for the youth trip, we can maybe put them to work a little bit. I don't know. But just go back there at your own risk.
Yes.
What kind of small appliances are available?
Small appliances. Good. We have a toaster. We have 2 blenders, or a blender, and we have 1 blender. I thought there is a Ninja. Yes, we have a toaster.
Okay. So there's a toaster, a blender, microwave. So there are some somewhat steps in those rocks. There's some steps, kind of rock steps. Do you have the other side?
Downstairs, there's a deck on the other side of the house.
Yeah, back again to that picture. Yes, that is very steep over here.
We're
Okay.
gonna try to put a railing up there so you can't just walk off the drive. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Alex have a question? Yes.
Decide to go with the cleaning fee instead of cleaning yourself, would you just notify someone saying, hey, I want to just pay for cleaning instead so that they can get
It's on the form.
Yes, it is in the form.
It's on the form.
Just let Cindy know that you change it and you will be paying for cleaning, or if you're cleaning yourself. Yes.
I would say just in perspective, because I've been around that whole area most of my life. Almost any place in that whole area of Missouri, I mean, the driveway like that, literally you're coming up to the upper level of the house, and 2 feet beyond the back basement, the 30 foot from the top to 2 feet beyond the back basement, you've already dropped 3 stories. I mean, it's crazy.
Back to the small appliances, we have a blender and should be a Ninja thing. Did someone bring a Ninja or neutral billets? I thought I saw neutral billet. Yeah. Hmm? Yes. You can
So
go
there's a
through the
Keurig
pictures.
coffee pot.
And there's a
And
coffee pod for
There's a
both.
hot pot for tea
And we have, sorry,
or hot water,
without
whatever.
interrupting you, we have coffee for both. We have ground coffee and we have the what they call
K-cups.
cups.
Do we have? Yeah, we do.
Yes, we have.
Yes. Yep. And they're in the big tall cabinet. There's like a whole box of Donut Shop K-cup coffee.
Yes,
Yes,
awesome.
they're in the island. Hmm. I think we have bowls there that you can microwave. I don't know if they have lids.
I'm not sure. We
We
have,
have some glass bowls like to reheat stuff in, but I'm not sure if there's like lidded Corningware type
Okay.
bowls.
and there is tea, and there is a tea kettle over there.
We need to send a crock pot
Yes, we don't have
because we
crock
forgot
pots.
to take that out. But there's skillets. There's lots of stuff to cook with. What? Yeah, we're gonna leave.
We're gonna leave all these copies. We're gonna leave it at the house over there.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have like either hanging by the door, the check-in and out, or hanging in the kitchen somewhere. A copy to leave on the wall. Yeah.
So this time of year, it'll be a lot more private because of the leaves. Down there, they were
There is foil. Yes, we do have. No, we do have foil. We do have foil. We do have parchment papers. Not sure we have ceramic paper, the plastic paper wrapping. But we have a new roll of big one, Sam's one, the big one foil. And we have parchment, big one, parchment paper, new one too. There are some Ziplocs. Okay. Well, any last comments?
So one thing that was kind of asked about earlier, and it is written on policy here on that, the reservation form on number 2. It says, I will not be responsible for reimbursement of items purchased for and left at the Branson Lodge unless approved or requested by the board for purchase. So if there's things that so like when I was down there for class, one of the ladies brought some things that she bought that she knew we could put in there, and then she bought some things while we were there, like the sheer curtains and stuff like that. That was part of her donation. So if you have things that you see that that you'd like for the house to have, and you go out and buy them, feel free, but consider them as a gift or a donation. But if there's a need, like there's absolutely no toilet paper here, and you contact Cindy or pastor, and they say, well, please go get some Angel Soft from Walmart, then keep that receipt, because that would be reimbursed. So.
Everyone feel good? Feel happy? Yes? No?
Book your stay. It's a wonderful place to be. It's
Yeah,
got a good spirit in it.
All right. Well, Father, we thank you for this time. Thank you for the gifts that you give us, that you've been so good to us at the church. You've been. And we want to thank you. We want to acknowledge you that you are the giver of all things. From you we receive, and to you we give back. Thank you. Thank you for helping us to be a good stewards of your resources. We pray over the house. We plead the blood of Jesus over the house. No one will break in. Nothing bad will go wrong. We surround this house by angels and by the blood of Jesus. The name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you. You're welcome.